Yo, ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. It's been a bit. It has been more than a bit. It's been a while. So I'm just going to wait for some people to come in and let's see what 1:30 during the day can do in Sydney on a Tuesday. Usually I will be at work right now. But I came home a little bit early. Partner wasn't feeling well at all. So I just wanted to make sure that she was all goods. And now that she is, the only thing I really want to do is do my first stream in weeks. I'm pretty sure it's weeks. So thank you to everyone who's been patient. Thank you to Brother Mo, who's been doing the streams. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed, especially those who have subscribed from after we've gotten to 1K. And yeah, let's talk about something positive. But, obviously with the player leaving and all, it's not I don't like to take joy or celebrate players leaving too much, especially when they're as good as Alexis Sanchez. But what he was able to achieve in his 2.5 to 3 seasons at Inter was impressive, and I like it a lot, and I've got very fond memories about it. And I figured that was a great way to return into doing a couple of streams. And now I've got 12 people with me, and I've got my boy Mario waiting as well to jump in, which he will. So it's going to be a short one, but it's going to be a good one. Ciao Emiliano, thank you very much for coming in. It's a pleasure to say hi to you again. And Paulino as well. What's going on, Brother Mo? Good to see you. And Eric G from Toronto as well. So shout out everyone. Gang in the house, 12 people, and bringing in one of those right now. What's going on, brother? It's good to see you, man. Love the top.
Oh, thank you. What's up? What's going on?
Not much, man. We're here to talk about a very successful 2.5 to 3 seasons for Alexis Sanchez. It's a shame Christian couldn't be here because he was definitely the fangirl for him amongst our group. And rightfully so, bro. He had a good time here, bro. He had a really good time.
Yeah, I thought he was a success. I mean, I think sure we signed him for a lot of money, but I think for what he had to offer at such a late stage in his career, I think he came in, he put in the time, the work, he scored goals when we needed to, was very helpful in the attack. So I loved him. I loved every second that he was in an Inter jersey.
Yeah, me too, man. And speaking of jerseys, he came at a time where he just looked so good looking in all of those jerseys, man.
Right.
Like the third kit that he's wearing now, that aqua blue one that's in the thumbnail, the third kit reminiscent of R9 in that UEFA Cup win as well. Alexis Sanchez really got to rock some sexy kits, and he got some sexy trophies along the way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a winner. Everywhere he's gone, he's won something. So he just continued the tradition. And having a player like him in the locker room is very important.
So do you think that maybe in a couple of years' time when they're in Serie A, Palermo will make a move?
For Alexis, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Age 37, why not?
Yeah, we'll take him at any age, and I'm looking forward to that little project that we've got going on. For any of those watching now, Mario and I will be taking on a Serie B podcast this season, talking about all things Palermo. Just two white Western guys with Sicilian roots, and I can't wait, man. It's going to be really exciting because having watched them and Catania in the background for the last 5 and 6 years when they've been in the lower divisions, I've been waiting just for something opportunistic, and I don't think we'll see a Sicilian side with as much opportunity after being bought out by the City Group, bro. So how you feeling about that? I'm just
The
going to get the
timing,
fantasy code on the screen.
the timing is perfect. I mean, there really isn't much content for Palermo outside of the Italian-speaking community. If you think about it, there's maybe who is it, Enzo Vicini, and maybe like a couple other outlets that pump out content, but it's very hard to find. And I think that with what we're gonna do, we're gonna shine a light on Palermo into the English speaking community. We'll collaborate with a lot of people. You're just gonna, it's definitely a different element, especially because Serie B in general it's not really talked about much other than like, oh yeah, Pisa's doing good or whatever, oh, Chievo might come up like next season. You don't really look into it. We're gonna take a deeper dive a couple times a month, and we're gonna make it known so this way people know what to expect. People have an idea, and we take a different outlook and change of pace for the normal Inter football worldwide, going with all the top tier leagues. Now we're gonna have a second division league, Palermo.
Awesome.
So I think what we're gonna do is gonna definitely take it to the next level.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. All right. I like what Emilio is saying. Let's talk about Inter. Sorry about that. But we're talking about this guy here. When I think about him, I'm going to think straight away about how Marotta rinsed Ed Woodward straight away for the initial deal, with Manchester United paying anywhere between 60 to 65% of his loan for the first 6 months. And when he came into Inter and started rocking these kits, it was just beautiful, man. Technically gifted, probably still our best player in terms of just pure ability on the pitch. It was really, really exciting to see him. So what I want to everyone to drop in their comments now, tell me your favorite Alexis memories. I know what mine are. We'll go through the slideshow here, but I'm also going to talk a little bit about his stats and his performances. When I think of his first season, Mario, I think about him coming in to Conte's side and really being just a part of the spine straight away, even if he didn't get as many minutes. And I remember him taking us all the way to that Europa League final. And it was just so unfortunate that he missed out on a trophy in that first season of his, but the best was yet to come.
Yeah, when Conte brought him in, it was strictly because he wanted people in the locker room. You know, he wanted the experience. He didn't want his. He said it. I've said this how many times I've repeated it. We need people who've been there, done that. People that have won. We're not going to win the league. We're not going to win with the Barellas, the Sensis, the Vecinos that they're literally nobodies at the time. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing to take away from them as players, but they don't have that winning edge that Conte finally gave them, and the other players around them said, like, hey, this is what you do to win. This is how we keep winning. This is how we train. This is how we perform. This is how we elevate our game. This is how we get better. So, like, Alexis was one of the most important pieces when Conte came in. He brought him, Lukaku, whoever else, Perisic was there, but, he's been there, done that. So you have those kind of players, and they're very important.
Yeah, absolutely. 22 games in his first season for Inter in Serie A, scoring 4 goals and providing 9 assists. He really, really did his bit. And that's just in the 1920 season. No accolades that season, but as I said, the best was yet to come. And being able to see him lift trophies at Inter, I think that's the best of the bunch. So quick side question, man. Which kit does he look better in? This one here or this one here?
Black.
Yeah? I reckon he looked the best out of any of our players in this one, but all players sort of looked better in this one. But man, that's a sexy jersey with the number 7 like that.
So nice. So fresh.
Very,
I love that.
Very nice. Very nice. In his Champions League games, I remember him playing only 2 of them, though. One of them probably in this kit. I think it might have been away to Barcelona or at home to Slavia Prague. But I know that he missed part of this season, and he missed the last 4 games in the group stages because of a peroneus knee tendon injury. And, he missed 2 games against Barcelona, 1 game against Barcelona, 2 games against Borussia Dortmund, and 1 game against Slavia Prague. So, unfortunate first Champions League season for him, bro.
I'm sorry, what was that? I was reading something.
Champions League, he missed a fair few games in the Champions League, man, in his first season. He was injured for the last 4 group stage games.
I think he would have made a decent impact off the bench. He wouldn't have started, obviously, but he would have given us a spark that he always gave us. And he always gave us that competitive edge where if we needed something off the bench, he comes on, he changes the pace, and anything could happen when he came on. So I really think we could have done a lot better with him if he played.
100%. Well, I didn't look at the numbers. There's 23 people with us on Inter Worldwide. That's great. Fantastic. Let's go to some of the comments before moving on. God, he looks good in this kit as well.
So good.
Thanks, Akil, my man. Thank you very much. Love you. You love your work. What's going on, Mr. Lord Figo? Bruno is in the house. Big gags from Mykonos in the house. Good to see you again, Mo. Marcelo Monti, he really helped us coming off the bench and scoring against Torino. Yeah, I remember that. There was also one game. Was that the game where he also provided the assist for Lautaro? Because there's a ball that he plays through to Lautaro against Torino that makes it 1-2. But I think that might be the season after that where we actually won the scudetto. But I remember, man. Players like Sanchez and Vidal bring a winning mentality, not just goals and assists. Good signings overall, for sure. What's up, John? In all seriousness, can't believe we had Alexis at our club. Yes, he may have been past his best when he signed, but he's still the best technical player we have had since Schneider. Yeah, I think that's a really good shout, and I'll be sad to see him go, but in terms of what we can give him at this stage in his career, it's just important that we both move on. Alexis Sanchez, following that pick, is not really relevant to the season that I'm about to talk about, but season 2021, 30 games played in Serie A, 5 in the Champions League, 3 in the Coppa Italia. a big season for him, a big season. He played 38 games for the club altogether, scoring 7 goals and 8 assists. Was not injured for anywhere near as much of the time, but did still share a little bit of the bench. But for that season, most of it will just be important to Alexis Sanchez for picking up the first of his 3 scudetti. 3 scudetti, I wish. The first of his 3 trophies, his first scudetto, and congratulations to him. What a great season. How do you think he felt, Mario, being a part of a Conte winning scudetto? I remember him coming out and saying at one point, Inter made me fall in love with football again. There's the jersey that goes with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a special team to be a part of when somebody wants you there. So Conte, he brought these people in because he knew he believed in them. Lukaku, he believed in, even though everyone wrote him off. They said, this guy's junk. He's got the first touch of a llama, this and that. But Conte said, you're my guy. He's his guy. He came through. Alexis, I want you to come off. I want you to be your old self. I want you to play under me. I want you to do this and that. Came in, he did exactly that. So I can't stress how important the environment is for a player. When you have a coach that supports you, that loves you, that wants you there, it makes a huge difference. It gives you so much confidence that, yes, I'm here for a reason. The coach, the team, they love me. They believe in me. Whereas when he was at Arsenal, everybody turned on him. The fans, United, same thing. They turned on him. It's like they just pushed him aside. They're like, all right, you get paid £12 million a year, a month or whatever the hell it is, and you do fuck all. So go take a hike, go sit on the bench, go to Inter, go have your freaking espresso and call it a day. That's basically how they treated him, like a second-class citizen. When this guy's like, I've won with Barcelona, like, who the fuck are you guys? He comes to Inter and they put him on a pedestal again, and it showed. It's just crazy.
That season for Antonio Conte, he was pretty much the most impactful player off the bench. There was a period of time where we were subbing him and Christian Eriksen on. Christian Eriksen obviously shifted into a starting role, but that season for Alexis Sanchez in Serie A, he just played such an integral part in it, and I'm really glad that he got to win such a prestigious trophy before his career ended, because the cup competitions are nice, but to be able to win the title, that's absolutely fantastic. I remember him scoring in the opening day of the season, assisting opening day of the season. He had to play against Fiorentina. I know he got an assist against Benevento as well in the next game, but after that, I can't really remember too much about exactly where he copped his goals and assists in Serie A. But I know he was good, like someone mentioned in the comments, with Torino. He always had good outings against Torino. Love to grab a couple of goals against Sampdoria, I think, in 2 different seasons as well. Definitely one of them being this season here. I think it might have been in the 5-1 route, match day 35, the day after the Scudetto was sealed. So well done to Alexis Sanchez. Absolutely brilliant season for him, but still had so much to give after that. So let's move into the next season, which is pretty much the one. Actually, we'll go to a few comments. What's going up, Boyan? Did Alexis not moving on cost us a signing this season? Possibly. I think so, man. I think so. But at the same time, I don't know why we're agreeing to terminate for such a high fee. If what the rumors are true and we're paying $4.5 million to phase him out, wouldn't it just make sense to keep him on the books? Because he's not even worth that much more for one more season, Mario. What would you say about that? Would you not just bite the bullet for another $1.5 million and keep him on for a season?
It depends. Does he, if he wants to leave, if he says, I want to move on to the next kind of thing, I really don't want to be here, then yeah, you say, okay, it's you just gotta respect, you gotta pay homage to such an incredible player. You say, okay, you know what? Here, we'll let you go. We'll pay a portion of it. Best of luck, and you move on. Otherwise, if it's just like the club being stupid, then it makes absolutely no sense if he doesn't want to leave or if he didn't force it.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. With Alexis, it's Marseille that he's been rumored to go to. They started being rumored for him a while ago. So it doesn't surprise me that they're the ones that are going to come in for him. So all the best of luck when he does sign there. I don't think he'll take too much of a pay cut because he's a bit of a merchant that way. So I still expect him to earn at least maybe $2.5-3 million. I mean, Marseille can't offer too much more than that, surely, unless there's something that I don't know about their financial situation. But as I said, best is still to come for Alexis Sanchez as we move into his 3rd season with Inter, the season 21-22 that has just passed after he finished runners-up. this season in the scudetto race, but was able to grab 2 trophies in the process and play 27 games for Inter. A couple of muscular problems along the way, and a lot of bench performances as well. 5 goals and 3 assists. Still a very successful season, and I'm sure when the slideshow gets to it in a sec, we'll see the biggest point why. But this season was the season where he came out online on social media and was a little bit upset with the way that he was treated and maybe not being given as much faith and trust by Inzaghi, who was very, very much set on Edin Dzeko. And at the same time, you can't really bench Lautaro. And on top of that, Tuco Correa is Inzaghi's signing. So this guy, by sheer default, ends up number 4th in the pecking order. And he just wasn't really happy about that because being a world-class player, the ego, of course, is going to get inflated. But whenever he was on, he was forming good partnerships with everybody. So what did you think about him this season, man?
I think confidence. Like, he could have had a better season, but again, like you said, he's not Inzaghi's guy. He was just kind of like, oh, I'm stuck with Sanchez pretty much. He's a good player, past his prime. What am I going to do with him? Conte, if we had Conte, I think it's a different story. You get a lot more out of him because Conte's like, this is how I'm going to use Alexis. I know exactly how he's going to be effective. He's going to play this role. And he's gonna tell him. He's gonna be very open with him. He's like, this is what I want. I want you to play 30 minutes every other game, and I know when you would give me that 30 minutes, you're gonna be the best 30 minutes of the world. Yep. Inzaghi, on the other hand, I have to rotate. I have Dzeko on a high wage. I have Lautaro that I have to play. Correa I just signed. So where do you fit? Like, I'll try to work you in every 4 games or so, but that's about it. You're 36 years old. I don't really care what you do anymore. So whatever he is, so that's how I took it. And I think Alexis has every right to be pissed off. And that's probably why we're terminating his contract for so much, because the guy wants to play. Everybody that plays soccer at this level, they want to play except for Gareth Bale. So, you have to kind of just respect that. If he's going to go to Marseille and they're saying, okay, we're going to make you our number 10 for the year. You're going to play 30 games. You do whatever you want. You have the creative freedom. The coach is going to back you. Why wouldn't you go? Why wouldn't you say, I want to get the fuck out of here? So it just makes everything easier. Inzaghi can replace him. He can find more time for somebody else in that case. So, it's – you have to play the Dzeko, I get it. You have to play Correa. These are your guys. This is the guys who fit your plan. So Inzaghi is thinking one way, Alexis is thinking another. So it just made sense.
Marseille, if I'm not mistaken, made the Champions League. They finished 2nd in Ligue 1 last season. I think it went down to the last day with them and a couple of other sides, but I know that they're back in the Champions League, which means he gets another season in the Champions League, another one. So well done to him. And I guess let's start getting to the more fonder of the memories, man, that the 2 other trophies that he won. This day for me was just awesome. Very rarely do you get to experience winning a cup in the last second and last kick. And I know it's the Super Coppa. I know it's the least important trophy of the bunch, but I don't care what anybody says. It's against Juve in a final, and you win in the last second and the last kick of the game. A mistake that we would probably make or concede in other seasons, but we still had the class and the quality to get over Allegri over the line, and I was just over the moon that day. I was probably happier more for the way that we won and the opponent that we beat rather than the actual accolade itself, but I've got fond memories of this match, man. What about you, Mario?
Yeah, I mean, a cup's a cup. I don't care what anybody says at the end of the day. It's success. You beat your rival in a final on the last kick. It doesn't get any better than that, especially being Juve, because fuck Juve. So, what are you going to do? You're going to complain? No. You're going to say, oh, it's just a Super Copa? No, it's a trophy. I've argued with my friends. My friend Christian, not Rivas, another one from he's a United fan, and he was when Mourinho was coaching United, and he said, we argued with them over, Mourinho is this and that. But he's like, it doesn't matter. He won a Europa League. He won whatever he won with United. So you can't call him a failure. You can't say he underachieved when he won stuff.
Yeah. Huyan says rumors say Bonici still wanted to be subbed on for that game. I remember that. Only a Juve player can assault someone on the sideline and get a very minimal suspension for that. Matt Pickham's in the house, and so are 23 others. Make sure you're liking to Inter Worldwide. Subscribe if you are new as well. Sanchez subbed on a striker from Inzaghi, and Sanchez played. Yeah, 100%. I think that we're really going to miss his creativity and his ability to just pick the ball up anywhere from midfield into the attacking third, Matt Pickham, and just drive it. And if he's not going to drive it, he's going to beat a man and play a pass halfway across the field. He was a focal point to a lot of our good attacks, a lot of them. And he's going to be missed, man. He is going to be missed sorely. That's why I think that with him gone, Inter still needs to get into the market for one more creative player. But that's a whole nother conversation. What's going up?
I mean, to add on to that, it's not the most ideal situation to have him drop in as a striker, as an attacking mid or a 10. But when you had Dzeko and Lautaro playing, you're playing with two central forwards that both play on the last man, and you had Dzeko playing behind Lautaro for some odd reason, which made absolutely no sense. And as teams caught on, we suffered because Dzeko was our number 10. Think of it that way. Dzeko, number 10, doesn't make any sense. Where anytime, if you say, who do you want as a number 10, Sanchez or Dzeko, I pick Sanchez 10 out of 10 times because he has that ability to play with the man on his back. If Lautaro played in that number 10 spot, how many times have we seen Lautaro turn a defender? Not many times, until rarely towards the end of the season. But Sanchez would receive that ball, he'd turn a defender, play a ball across the field, and switch the point of attack. We never saw that with any of the other strikers. Even Correa, he gets the ball as a number in that deeper spot, and it's not as effective, in my opinion. I really don't think that Correa did a good job at that. He was more of a get the ball and kind of just do your own kind of thing. But Sanchez, he just broke the lines every time.
So that leads into Hoy's question. Would have you picked Sanchez or Dzeko to terminate their contract with Inter?
That's a tough one because I like them both. I have nothing but good things to say about Dzeko, even though he was.
They're both just classy players, man, and you can't trash talk them. Like look at what they're doing at their age, prolonging themselves. Every manager in the world still would love to have them.
Yeah, like I talk shit. I sort of talk shit about Dzeko, but I'm talking shit about Dzeko in a position that he's not supposed to be in. So
for too many minutes for his age as well. Like that's why if you're asking me who I prefer as a player overall, I probably pick Sanchez. But if you were to slightly tweak that question and say who would you prefer going into next season, knowing too well that Romelu Lukaku is now your starting number 9, I'm more than happy to take Dzeko, because I think if you ask him to perform in a quarter of the minutes that he's had to this season, he's going to almost be a lifesaver at some points.
Yeah, I think also it gives you a different element because you can take Lukaku out and put Dzeko in that spot and not give you a face-for-face value, but, I mean, the drop-off isn't so far extreme where you're going from, I don't know, a 17-year-old Pinamonti or Esposito to Lukaku or Dzeko or whoever. So I think Dzeko bridges that gap in that center forward position. If he's dropping back, then I want Sanchez.
Yeah, fair call. We've been going for 25 minutes. There's 25 people here right now. Make sure you like the video, subscribe. If you are new, we'll stick around for a few more minutes, go through a little bit more Alexis, and then we will talk a little bit of fantasy as well. So Supercoppa has his name in the sub print underneath Inter for sure. Not maybe on the trophy, but everybody knows it. Thank you for that goal, Alexis. Appreciate it. Linked up well with a lot of players, most notably Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku. That was one thing, though. I wouldn't have mind seeing him one more season with Rom. They linked up well together.
Yeah, it worked. I mean, that trio of our attack it was a good rotation that we had. It was very, very lethal, to even say the least. Like, everybody was just, you put them in, boom, they're putting in a good shift. Lautaro at the time, I didn't like as much, but Sanchez would come on and clean it up when Lautaro was bad.
Yeah. Goals against Cagliari, Salernitana, Torino, Spezia, and Empoli in his last season at Inter. So proper minnow team merchant. Another couple of assists against Empoli and Bologna. So his biggest goal and contribution, obviously, in the Supercoppa as well. altogether a successful time at Inter. We can't really say anything else. You were here for 3 seasons, and as you're saying up on the screen right now, you collected 3 out of 3 domestic trophies. Had he been, because he was in that side that finished on that pitch against Sevilla in that Europa League final, you add that to your trophy collection at Inter, and all of a sudden you're looking at it as the highlight of your career.
Yeah, I mean, what topped it? What he did at Barcelona, and that's about it. Inter's
pretty
his
much.
second most successful team that he's played with.
Because he won the FA Cup at Arsenal, I think. I'll cross-reference it now, but I'm like 99% sure he was a part of the Arsenal side that at least won 1 FA Cup.
Was he on the Europa League team with United?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Mkhitaryan was in that side.
Yeah, so, I mean, if he was there, I mean, that's still a big accomplishment. But I think when you win as much as he did at Inter, he won how many trophies altogether?
So he only won the La Liga once and the Copa del Rey once at Barcelona. He didn't win the Champions League.
He didn't? Oh,
no,
shit.
He wasn't in the Champions League winning side. So winning Serie A, Coppa Italia, and Supercoppa were pretty much the same as his Barcelona season because, yeah, pretty much the same in terms of accolades. He won 2 FA Cups at Arsenal. No accolades at Manchester United.
Was he with us for the Europa League final? He was.
He was with us in the Europa League final. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely sure of it. He was definitely with us at the Europa League final.
Yeah. So
he scored in that FA Cup final for Arsenal. Yep.
So I think Inter might be his best team he's ever played for. If you think about it, success trophy-wise, successfully, like Barcelona's obviously he's playing with the best team, best players, whatever. But Inter he achieved the most, and he should have had a bigger part even had injuries not played a part.
Yeah, but even looking at it now, it was more of just a mix of injuries and just not being the first preference in the side. Like there were times where he did start and put in good shifts, but just in terms of his physical output, you could tell that he was going to run out of gas at some point.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know in the comments if there's anything Inter-wise that you want Mario and myself to just chat about for the next 5 or 10 minutes while I start plugging Serie A fantasy. I'm sure everyone's seen them all over Twitter. A lot more outlets are on board this season, which is really, really good. So you guys can join our league. It's in the print down the bottom. The Inter Worldwide Serie A Fantasy Worldwide League. D0FT4P94. We're 75 members strong. I'd like to get that to 100 before the season actually starts. But I also want to have a look at my team. Make sure you join up, man. But look, it's a pretty good team. Like it's almost too generous, like I said last season. But at the same time, people have got to make mistakes, right? So there's always going to be winners and there's always going to be losers, no matter how galactic you think your team is. Because looking at my team right now, like it feels like a cheat code, bro. Like I've got Rafael Leao and Di Maria in midfield. I've gone for 3 at the back to try and maximize the points. But
until some star midfielder shows up and scores 15 goals a season, you're like, why didn't I sign him?
Yeah, exactly.
And some left back is putting in a shift that nobody's ever heard of from freaking, I don't even know. I don't even know who's in the freaking league anymore.
All that matters is Palermo, isn't that right?
Yeah. I'm thinking like, I'm trying to name teams. I'm just thinking like Genoa, Torino, Palermo, freaking Bologna. I'm thinking like just random ass teams.
Genoa's in Serie B. You remember Genoa's not in Serie A this season. So I can't wait for Palermo versus Cagliari. Oh my god, man.
Yes.
I'm cheering with everything. Bro. It's dope. Simeone, Abraham, and Osimhen. Bro, I think Napoli's slipping a little bit behind the scenes. I think Spalletti's starting to lose it. I think there's a lot of drama. I think you're going to see a classic Napoli meltdown this season. I'm not confident. That's why I only picked Osimhen in my fantasy team for them.
They're selling Fabian Ruiz. They sold Koulibaly.
Yeah. Insigne,
Mertens. Petagna's on his way out also.
It's a mass clear out, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised if Zielinski goes next. Just clean out. Like Meret is going to leave also, supposedly, from what I understand. So these are players. I'm just to poke the bear. These are players that they said, oh, Koulibaly is not going to go for less than 100 million. Didn't go for even close to that. Yeah. Oh, Fabian Ruiz is not going to go for less than 60 million because he's the best center midfielder in the world, apparently.
He's
25 million.
25 million, but he's only got 1 year left on his contract. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's either he goes for 25 or he walks for free.
Yeah. I can't believe that these days that 1 year gap in your contract means 25 million. That's such a huge jump because like that's a lot to pay for a player on the last year of his contract.
We got Ericsson for a half contract on
That's
25
it.
million also.
22.5 million. Still
Yeah.
6 months left, man. Unbelievable. Looking back on it now, due to our financial situation, I can't believe we pulled the trigger on that. I
Right?
actually
Oh my
cannot
God.
believe it.
I mean, if we did,
Pre-COVID was a different looking Sunning though.
yeah, I mean, we pre-COVID we could spend. They can put money in. They can funnel a circle of money and keep us afloat. But then once
Yeah,
that happened, China said nope, no more spending outside of China, and they were
no
just
more
like,
spending.
sucks.
Where's Mourinho finishing with the hype FC hype of the Mercato? This is the
was a
hype.
good
By the
team.
way, for the reference, this is the hypiest I've ever seen Roma in my 30 years existence on this channel.
Last year.
They were not hyped up more than this.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, you
Yes,
reckon
they
just
were.
with Mourinho? Does anyone in the
Mhm.
comments think they were like hyped up more last season? I'm telling you, this Roma hype is more than I've seen in 30 years of being on this planet.
Go back and watch our Cultural Connections videos from last year.
Yeah,
Everybody was
probably.
putting Roma up there, and I'm like, yo, just because they got Mourinho. But then I did the same thing with Allegri. They said just because they got Mourinho, they're gonna win the league. They're gonna push for second place. They're gonna, I was like, yo, settle down. Second year is when they're gonna get fucking hot. This year they're gonna be nice. I like them this year, but I think last year everyone was like fucking pissing themselves because they got Mourinho. I'm like, no, timeout. They don't have a team. This year they're stacked. They're stacked.
Yeah. All right, let's go with how about Morata against Juve? Only a friendly, but Bremer was ordinary. Yeah, I think it was just funnier that they're still being linked back with bringing Morata back. But at the end of the day, yeah, whatever happens in that situation. Is it cold down there? I was then very, bro. Very. It's 2:05 in the afternoon. The thing is, like, you can see the sun, but it's just cold. That's why I've got a beanie and a hoodie on, man. It's just cold, damn cold. I tried. Oh shit, sorry. Hoy says I tried to not pick Milan or Juve players. Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, if they're going to offer me Rafael Leao in midfield, I'm going to say thank you for the free fantasy points. Yep. Both Koulibaly and Fabian had 1 year left on their contract. Yes, they did. And I maintain what I said. I think that Napoli are in for a little bit of a dip. No chance Roma hype this year goes back to Totti. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even remember this as a kid. Like, even when they were challenging Inter when we were in our teenage years for runners-up for Scudetto, the hype is real, bro. That announcement with Dybala and everything, but wouldn't it be the most Mourinho thing in the world for him to fall off the wagon this season and for everything to go pear-shaped? I don't know.
Yeah. I think they win something this year, though. I don't. Even if it's just like, maybe if it's a Coppa Italia, I think they could push for that. Why not?
Yeah.
I think they could. They have a. And what are they in any other competitions? Are they in Conference League?
Yeah. They won Conference League, which means they've just got an automatic ticket to the Europa League. So they'll be playing Europa League football. They'll probably just if they can make top 4 this season, they are cheering just to qualify for the Champions League next season.
Yeah, I mean, like Mourinho's going to say it himself. He's like, you can't just win Champions League out of nowhere. He's like, you have to build the blocks. You have to make it to Conference League first, and you got to win the Euro. You got to have a decent showing in the Europa League. You got to show that you can compete. Then you can compete in Champions League. Then you can win Champions League.
Yeah. Holy crap! I got to take Udogie out. Oh my god, what a pain in the culo. Let's do that. Let's do that right now because someone dropped it in the comments as well, and I didn't notice. And that is peak Conte at Spurs doing absolute bits. That's another promising player in Serie A that's jumping ship. Did you watch him much last season? Do you know much about him?
Who's this?
The Udinese defender, Udogie.
Oh, Udogie. No, I have no idea. I thought they were just saying. I thought they were making a nickname for somebody.
Nah, bro. He's actually.
I thought they were talking about Kondogbia or something like that.
I don't know who to replace him with, man. I don't know who to replace him with. How much do I have? 5 million euros to buy one defender.
Who's going to provide anything?
Thanks, everyone, for sticking around. There's still over 22 people here, which means you guys have got nothing to do in your spare time but to watch us do this, which is absolutely fantastic. As soon as we sign up this defender, we'll sign off. Let's put Milinkovic in because he's probably going to get – he's going to put – no, Biragi's on the bench already for me. Don't worry. I know how you think. I know how you think he'll get –
Dodo. Dodo's good. Dodo's a good player. Inter
Nah.
legend. Inter legend.
No. Is that the same Dodo? No.
It has to be. I mean, is there anybody else?
I reckon there is. I reckon it's a more common name than you think in Brazil. One sec.
Dodo
See,
Fiorentina.
it's not the same one, cuz. I was going to say, bro, get out. I don't know where that guy is playing now. Can you look that up, but where is he playing now? You're going to have to find type Dodo, Inter, last name.
Oh my God. He's back in Brazil. He's in Atlético Mineiro.
Matt Pickham, good shout. Spinazzola. Thank you, bro. Let's have a look.
Yeah, he's in Mineiro in Brazil. Oh my God. What a fucking blast from the past. Yeah.
Mineiro.
He was with Sampdoria for a couple of years.
Yeah. I remember that.
What a joke of a player.
5.4. If I was to bring Spinazzola, I think I'd have to take somebody else out.
Can you get Mancini? No, too much.
I wouldn't really want Mancini anyway. Nah, all their defenders are pretty pricey.
Yeah. I don't know. De Silvestri.
Cambiaso's already on the bench. Good. So far, I'm still leaning towards Milinkovic if I can't find anything else.
Lucas Martinez, who's that?
I have no idea. I've already got two. I've already got two Inter players, so they cap you at 2.
Patrick.
I'm not putting a shit. What do you think if Acerbi comes to Inter? God, I hope not.
Oh my God, it's a disaster.
That would be horrible.
Maybe from Lazio, maybe you can get someone decent, halfway decent.
Nah, the reason I didn't pick Acerbi is because I think he's on the move, and even if he's not on the move, he won't have a good season anyway.
What about Luis Felipe or Marusic? Marusic is okay.
Marusic is okay, but to start for you in your fantasy team, he's not okay.
Yeah, I guess not.
I'd rather start Frabotta. No joke.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
All Milan's defenders. Oh, do you think he starts though? Because they're gonna start Tomori and probably Kalulu. Ranocchia. Bro, he might score. Didn't he score in the friendlies? I'm telling you right now, he's already scored goals for Monza in the friendlies. Monza, Ranocchia, goals. If he has scored more than 2 goals this offseason, he's going straight into this fantasy team. Deal.
He's 6'5". I mean, if you
he'll
could throw
start,
him in
he's there to be a starter. He's not there to just warm the bench and be like a mascot like he was at Inter. He's there to start.
You could pick up a flyer on him. Why not? And you start Biraghi and put him on the bench. See what happens.
I like it. See, that's not a bad shout, actually. No, I can probably do that later. All right, cool.
There you go.
Don't even need to look at the rest.
Only problem is do you lose points for goals allowed?
Good timing. Right after it's confirmed as well. Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't think they'll be that bad. They got an okay team.
Yeah. No, it's all right.
I mean, you're going to have big transfers anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
I don't know if I can swap them over, though, from starters. I'll have to look into that. I'm sure I've done it before. Anyway, that's all we're going to have time for. We're going to let the people go.
I wish they had, a draft like they do for other fantasy sports. So this way, nobody can have the same player.
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
it's growing. I reckon they'll have an app soon, and after that it'll pick up even more. So it's a generous fantasy league, and it's a lot of fun. So thank you to all the regulars who checked in. There's still 17 people in the house. Thank you very much. We'll be back with more content soon. Next piece of content that we do, I can't believe it. It's actually going to be a match preview. We're back this week, and we need to do a Lecce match preview. So I'll be back absolute latest by Friday evening, Saturday morning, my time. Thanks, Mario, for joining me today. I really appreciate it, bro.
Of course. Thanks for the invite.
No worries, man. All right. Ciao, everybody. Forza Inter.